This is the most challenging interview in history, but when the candidates receive their test papers, they are stunned to find that the paper is just a blank sheet with nothing written on it. The candidates are perplexed, but don't dare to speak, because before the exam began, the proctor announced 3 strictly prohibited rules. No communicating with the proctor or security guard, no leaving the room, no dirtying the test paper. Violating any one of these rules will result in disqualification from the exam. The answer to this interview is just one thing. When the proctor asks if there are any questions, no one dares to speak up, as the first rule of the exam is not to talk to the proctor. Seeing no response, the proctor starts an 80-minute countdown and leaves the room. Faced with the blank test paper, everyone is at a loss, not knowing what the question is or how to proceed. It seems that securing this job with an annual salary of 800,000 won won't be easy. As time ticks away, one woman finally can't stand it anymore. She believes the company wants them to write a professional report, so she starts writing on the paper without hesitation. However, before she can even finish the first sentence, the security guard suddenly walks over and escorts her out of the room without a word. It turns out she violated the 3rd rule of the exam by dirtying the test paper. Seeing the woman eliminated for writing, everyone hurriedly puts down their pens. Just as they are at their wits' end, one man suddenly starts laughing. He realizes that the proctor only mentioned 3 rules, so as long as they don't violate those rules, they should be fine. To test his theory, he directly greets the bearded man next to him, because the exam rules only forbid talking to the proctor and security guard, not to other candidates. Sure enough, the nearby security guard doesn't react. Emboldened, Jack stands up and even starts walking around the room at will. To his surprise, the security guard still doesn't respond. Seeing that Jack's actions are allowed, the others finally dare to speak, discussing why the test paper is blank. At this point, another woman suddenly stands up, suggesting that the paper might be made of a special material, and the question will appear when exposed to light. The others think this makes sense and start shining light on their papers, trying to make the question appear. However, after some experimentation, nothing changes on the paper. Just as everyone is feeling disappointed, Lisa suddenly notices that the room's walls seem to have emergency lights installed. Perhaps the emergency light is the light needed for the test paper. To test this theory, Jack immediately smashes the wall light, plunging the room into darkness. As expected, the emergency lights come on. Excitedly, they hurry to experiment with the test papers under the emergency lighting. But unfortunately, the papers still show no change. With only 60 minutes left in the exam, they try various other methods but still can't figure out the secret of the test paper. At this moment, Jack suddenly notices that one man in the room has not gotten up or said a single word. However, when they approach him, the bespectacled man says something cryptic that no one understands. Since their previous methods haven't worked, perhaps the secret lies with the security guard at the door. The exam rules say they can't talk to the guard, but don't say they can't touch him. To test her hunch, the woman reaches out to touch the security guard. This is an excellent suspense film called The Interview.